Hello and welcome to my channel, AB Make It Artworks, where we do what we do to make that artwork for you. And in this video, you get to watch me finish up one of the ZomBabe girls in my ZomBabe series. She doesn't have a name. I'm looking to have input from some of my friends on what to name her. But yeah, this is a continuation of the other video I did where I worked on my concept page, although this is a different concept being finalized, and just showing the art process of me going from idea to concept to finalized work. And right now you can see me lining the piece. I drew it out with pencil beforehand, rubbing some of the lead away with a kneadable eraser, so that I wouldn't have longer video time and I could just start lining right away for you guys. And thus far, I've shared it in a couple of groups on Facebook with some friends and stuff. And the vote kind of came out that the order of the drawings for the first three, as I can remember, are 3, 5, and 7. And I'm glad that I got some response by posting it in groups, because I didn't get much response on YouTube or my Instagram, which I'm not thinking that I was going to get much response anyways. But yeah, this character doesn't have a name, and I'm hoping to get input from friends and viewers, and maybe even people from Instagram as well, as to what I should name her. I mentioned on Instagram when I initially posted the concept page that as far as the character goes, I'd like to think that she has some Native American and Hispanic heritage. And that's kind of like why her skin tone's darker. She has dark hair that looks purple, mainly because of its like red undertones. And the idea with her in the undead wonderland of ZomBabes is that she's actually a zombie hunter, which is why she is not as kind of deceased looking. Like, she has more lively tones. She is not missing any parts. And why she also has some stitches, because she's had to like get out of certain situations after the zombie outbreak and kind of stitch herself up. Like, there might be other survivors that are doing kind of feuds between each other during the outbreak. And she's pretty well known within the world of ZomBabes to be a hunter and be very good at terminating zombies and even people that are like coming after her or her group. But yeah, that's just a little bit about her. I like to think she's quite sassy, but she's very headstrong and determined. But I think she's also very skeptical of her environment. Like, to build up trust with people would take up a lot of time. And other than that, I'll probably be working out like story arcs for all the characters. And I'm just kind of trying to build it up as I talk about the process. Right now I'm working on coloring the piece. Beforehand, I did color swatches on a separate piece of paper with my Prismacolors and my Spectrum Noir markers. And I found the best result for doing her skin tone, especially with the lightings, was to do an underbase of purple for shadow and light for highlight. Well, yellow for highlight. And I feel like it came out really well for the base of the brown warmer tones, because it gave it something to kind of work with and more color. Because some of these browns that I have, and I have a very limited palette for browns to make darker skin tones, were kind of gray. Like my light walnut is kind of gray in tone. Sand is rather pale, though it has an orange kind of hue. And it was kind of muted, so having these other colors beneath, like as that first layer with the other Prismacolors going on top, really kind of created a nice depth in addition to dimension. So yeah, that was something I really appreciated when I got down to it. Decided to just go with like just purple highlights, because I think I mentioned that her hair has purple highlights because of the red undertones in it. I could have made it red. I liked purple better aesthetically, because a lot of her concept page had it to where she has a lot of blue, and she wears a lot of blue, and she has the one orange tube top, and the highlights and shadows for her character tend to be purples and yellows. But I did accent around the character with an orange because a lot of her outfit consisted of that blue. And it really makes it all pop and come together in the end. Right now I think I'm going in with a Copenhagen blue? Yeah, or True Blue. Can't remember which one. Actually, I think I used True Blue on the pants. This is probably Copenhagen blue. I decided that I wanted the coat to be a different color blue. Well, different colors of blue and much darker than the pants. Like the pants are faded because she's had to wear them a lot. And they're all scraped up because she's gotten into fights. But yeah. Think other than that, I had already had all of my stuff down. The concept page really helped because I knew what I wanted to do. I had to refine it a little and take a couple of minutes before when I was doing the drawing in lead, to kind of look at myself in a mirror to better understand what the pose would look like in the seated position. Because personally I felt in the concept, although I liked how the legs looked, her right leg looked a little wonky. I guess for you guys, when you're looking at it, it's her left leg. When I think of it like a photo, and that in real life that would be her right leg. But that one of her legs kind of looked a bit weird with how it curved so much. And I was like, legs don't usually do that. Legs aren't usually that long when they're at a sort of 3/4 frontal view. So I sat down, looked at myself for further reference so that I could make the pose a bit more believable. By the way, she kind of has this knuckle brass to kind of hit people with in case she has to deal with like close combat situations. In case you were wondering about that one yellow square on her hand. And she has a giant like hunting Bowie knife. And all these babes are pretty badass, if I do say so myself. And other than that, I can't really think of much else to talk about. We're working on the border right now. But if you ever want to see some of the concept pages, I shared all of them on my Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at ab.makeit.artwork. And I also have a Pinterest. I don't use it too often. I try to use it I try to use it about the same time I'll use my Instagram. And if you want to keep up with my sketchy content, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my channel, share that love so I can continue to do what I do to make that artwork for you. And other than that, I hope this kind of just colors you inspired so that you'll want to make your own concept pages. And if you're looking for a channel, try doing 10 new characters with concept pages throughout a week. You have to come with 10 fleshed out characters and just do it for the next week. Because I found that it was a pretty good challenge, and that now that I'm working to finalize them, that's going to be my weekly challenge. But anyways, I hope you continue to do what you do to make that artwork for you. And have a lovely day. Bye!